Yeah, welcome to this weekend maths class. We have a very nice polynomial equation this time around. And how do we solve this polynomial equation? The question is x plus x to the power of 2 plus x to the power of 3 equal to minus 1. What are the values of x that will satisfy this challenge here? Yeah, this is a very nice math problem. And I brought this question because of a method, an approach to solving a kind of a math of this type that actually I found fascinating and I want to share it with my viewers. I want you to stay to the end of this math class even as I unveil this secret here. All right, so here we take our solution first thing. But before we continue, if you're new here, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. This is Online Maths TV. When you subscribe, you'll be the first to get our videos when released. All right, so this is the question, right? The first thing we're going to do here is to move this quantity on this right-hand side to the left-hand side. And so we're going to have here to be 1 plus, because it is negative here, so when it crosses to this side, it's going to be positive. So you're going to have 1 plus our existing x plus the next quantity, which is x to the power of 2 plus our x to the power of 3 equal to 0. Good. Now, we can solve this using two approaches from here. We do trial by error method and see the solution, the first root to this challenge, then use it to divide everything here. Okay, so we can use the long division method, or we can use the synthetic method to divide using the polynomial division method to get the other roots. But this is what I want to do here. You discover from here that minus 1 will satisfy this expression here. Yes, minus 1 will satisfy this expression. And so if minus 1 will satisfy this expression, so we are going to have our x plus 1 as one of the factors. Okay, so if we have x plus 1 as a factor, we can go ahead to use it to multiply, to divide everything here to get the other root, right? Good. That is to get the quadratic equation, but that is not the method I want to use here. Look at what I want to do here now. I want to multiply everything here by x minus 1 and also multiply this side by x minus 1. And so let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to have here x minus 1 times everything here. So we have here 1 plus x to the power of 2 plus x to the power of 3 close bracket equal to, of course, if we use this to multiply 0, it will still give us 0. So we just have to put on this side 0 here. Right? Good. So let's go ahead and open this and see what this gives us. So this x times 1 here will go to give us x, then plus x times s will give us s to the power of 2, then this time this will give us x to the power of 3, then plus x times this will give us x to the power of our 4. We come to the 1 to multiply everything here. So minus 1 times 1 will give us minus 1, then minus our minus 1 times x will give us minus x, then minus 1 times x to the power of 2 will give us x to the power of 2, minus 1 times x to the power of 3 will give us minus x to the power of 3 equal to 0. Do you see something here? Good. So we are having plus x, and here we are having minus x. So this we go with this. We are having plus x to the power of 2. We are having minus x to the power of 2. So this we go with this. We are having x to the power of 3 plus of it, and we are having negative of it here. So this we go with this. So invariably we are left with just x to the power of 4 minus 1. So we now have here x to the power of 4 minus 1 equal to 0. Easy. Okay, so what we do next here now? All we just have to do here is to rewrite this exponent here. Okay, I can put in here 1 to the power of 4, which is same thing as 1. Okay, so I want to rewrite this. So if I rewrite this, this is going to give me x to the power of 2, or in bracket, raised to 2, then minus our 1, right? Okay, for better understanding, raised to the power of 1, power of 2, further raised to the power of 2 equals to 0. Remember, everything here will still give us 1. So from here, you can see difference of 2 square playing out. So what does this say? It says that if you have your a to the power of 2 minus b to the power of 2, this is equal to bracket a plus b, close bracket, bracket a minus b, close bracket. Right? Good. So we can apply that here. And so this side of the equation is going to give us bracket our x to the power of 2 there plus our 1 to the power of 2, which is same thing as 1. So close bracket, bracket x to the power of 2, then minus our 1 to the power of 2, which is same thing as 1, equal to our 0. Easy. Good. Now from here, what happened here? We can equally apply difference of 2 square, which is there, to this again. And this place here, because here is to the power of 2, we can apply what is called sum of 2 square. I believe you must have heard of sum of 2 square also. What does it say? It says that if you have your a to the power of 2, then plus b to the power of 2, this is equal to bracket your a, then plus our iota, iota a, okay, let's take iota b here, the bracket a minus our iota b. This is our sum of 2 square, right? Good. So with this we have here, we can rewrite everything in this format. So this is going to give us bracket our x, then plus our iota, close bracket, bracket x minus iota, close bracket. The bracket here, we apply our sum of 2 square, which is going to give us our x plus iota, the bracket, our x minus, sorry, 1 here, please. I must misfire, sorry, please. This is plus 1. Then here we have minus, okay, plus 1. Here we have a minus 1, everything equal to 0. So let's roll up this. Okay, so from here we have this times this times this times this. So we apply our 0 product again, which says that if you have your a times b, if this is equals to 0, it means that our a is equal to 0, or our b equal to 0. So if we do that, then we're going to equate this to 0, equate this to 0, equate this to 0. So from here, we're going to have, the first one we have x plus our iota equal to 0. This implies that our x is equal to minus iota. Then we call this our x1. Then we take the second one, which is our x minus our iota equal to 0. This implies that our x is equal to positive iota. Then the next one we have our x plus 1 equal to 0, means that our x equal to minus 1. And our x minus 1 equal to 0 implies x equal to positive 1. So in R, what are the roots to this challenge? So we can now say, therefore, our x1 is equal to iota, x2 is equal to minus iota, x3 is equal to our minus 1, then our x4 is equal to positive 1. So these are the 4 roots that satisfy this challenge here. But again, if you check carefully, Look at our plus 1. If we put plus 1 here, will it satisfy the equation? No, it will not satisfy the equation. And so this one is rejected. All right, so this brings us to the end of today's math class. You learned something from this video. Drop it in the comment section. See you in our next class. Bye.